Hey everyone, today on People Now, family members and fans remembering two fallen Hollywood legends, Jerry Stiller and Little Richard.
Plus, stories to make you smile. The cast of The Office reunites to recreate the show's iconic wedding dance.
Diplo confirms he is the father in a touching Mother's Day post. We'll explain.
Do you smell what The Rock is drinking? Dwayne Johnson is spilling all about his new tequila.
Martha's got a ton of bandwidth, I guess, and she's
Yeah.
got a lot of street cred.
Bakeaway Camp host Jesse Palmer tells us what surprised him most about working with Martha Stewart on their yummy new show.
All that and more today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to People Now. Happy Monday, another week, here we go. I'm Jeremy Parsons here in New York. Hey Andrea, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. I am officially a year older.
Woo,
31
birthday
years old this
weekend. Yeah, how'd it go?
It was great. Just had a little bonfire with my family, and then it was Mother's Day the same day on Sunday. So celebrated my birthday Saturday night, Mother's Day Sunday. So it was a really fun weekend. Yeah.
Kind of wild.
Another year to go.
Kind of wild though. The isolation weekend or birthday. It's a whole different vibe, right?
Well, I usually have huge parties for my birthday. I
Right.
love doing big parties in the city, and obviously can't do that. But it was nice. I'm having a great time bonding with my family. So it was great. I feel a lot wiser now.
Oh,
we have a lot to
in
get
your old
to
age,
today.
yeah, for sure.
We have a lot to get to today. Starting off on a sad note. Watch this.
Who put you up to this? Was it her?
All right, wait a minute. I think you've got it backwards.
My George isn't clever enough to hatch a scheme like this.
You got that right.
What the hell does that mean?
That means whatever the hell you want it to mean.
You saying you want a piece of me?
I could drop you like a bag of dirt.
You want a piece of me? You got it!
Yeah, some sad news today in the comedy world. Jerry Stiller has died at 92. The comedy legend's death comes after he suffered a medical scare early last year, which landed him in the hospital at the time. And his son, actor Ben Stiller, confirmed his father's death early Monday, tweeting a photo and confirming that Jerry died due to natural causes. Ben added, quote, "He will be greatly missed."
Jerry Stiller was beloved for playing George Costanza's dad, Frank, on Seinfeld. He first rose to fame in the 60s with his wife, Ann Mira, as the comedy duo Stiller and Mira, most notably performing together on The Ed Sullivan Show. Jerry lost his wife in 2015 after she suffered multiple strokes. And we are remembering another icon that we lost over the weekend as well. Listen to this.
That was Good Golly Miss Molly, made famous by rock and roller Little Richard. He died over the weekend after a long battle with bone cancer. His agent, Dick Allen, tells People in part that he's been suffering for many years with various aches and pains. He just wouldn't talk about it much. With major hits including the one you just heard and Tutti Frutti, Little Richard's raspy voice, signature 6-inch hair, his mascara mustache, and manic behavior earned him the title of one of the most influential musicians in history.
Kelvin Holly, a longtime member of Richard's band, shared a touching tribute on social media, writing in part, "This one really stings. Richard truly was the king." Back in 2016, Richard's friend Bootsy Collins wrote on Facebook in a since deleted post that the musician was not in the best of health. Since then, he has remained out of the spotlight, living in downtown Nashville until his final days. Little Richard was 87 years old.
Diplo officially confirming that he is a father of three. It was in a sweet Mother's Day Instagram post on Sunday. His post thanked the three mothers in his life, including model and former Miss Universe contestant Javon King. King welcomed their baby boy, named Pace, on March 20th, but kept the identity of the father private.
Reports have linked King and Diplo for a long time. This marks the first time that either of them have publicly confirmed that they share a son. The DJ also shares two children with his ex, Catherine Lockhart, 9-year-old Lockett and 5-year-old Laser Lee Lewis. Lockhart was one of the moms that Diplo celebrated in that Mother's Day post.
He also included an adorable throwback photo of himself as a young boy with his own mother, writing, "Thanks for giving me life and helping me create it." He went on to add, "The three strongest mothers in the world. I'm still a work in progress, but you've given three perfect, beautiful boys. I love you all till the moon and back."
Former Jon and Kate Plus 8 stars Kate and Jon Gosselin are celebrating their Sextuplets Sweet 16 with social media tributes. On Sunday, the 6 younger Goslins, Aiden, Leah, Joel, Alexis, Colin, and Hannah, turned 16 years old. Hard to believe that much time has gone by.
Yeah, and to mark the occasion, Kate shared a photo of a box of Hershey's Kisses cereal, writing in part alongside it, quote, "Happy 16th birthday to my half a dozen Hershey Kisses," as they were called at birth. And she added, "I love you so much. You're 6 of the sweetest things to happen to my life. Thanks for making every Mother's Day extra memorable."
Meanwhile, Kate's ex-husband, Jon, shared a note of his own on Instagram, writing, "Happy 16th birthday to Hannah and Colin. Miss you, Leah, Joel, Alexis, and Aiden. I hope your 16th birthday is just as memorable. Love, Dad."
Yeah, to explain Jon's post a little, here's some background. When the couple divorced in 2009 after 10 years of marriage, Kate initially got primary custody of all 8 children, but now the couple's older twin daughters, 19-year-old Kara and Madeline, along with 4 of the sextuplets, Leah, Joel, Alexis, and Aiden, live with Kate, while 2 of the sextuplets, Colin and Hannah, live with Jon.
In a candid interview on the First Class Fatherhood podcast in February, Jon called the dynamic among the family of 10 very tumultuous. Jon also revealed that Colin has no contact with Kate. He did note that as the kids get older, their family issues are becoming easier to handle.
All right, guys, today's story to make you smile comes from one highly anticipated reunion. Watch this.
The cast of The Office reunited to recreate the show's beloved wedding dance scene for fans' virtual nuptials, all thanks to Jon Krasinski.
After officiating the couple's ceremony and making their marriage official on the latest episode of his YouTube show, Some Good News, Krasinski noted that their proposal seemed oddly familiar to his character's proposal in the show.
Can't wait.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
An iconic moment there. So since the couple, as Krasinski put it, ripped off Jim and Pam's proposal, he took a cue from Jim and Pam's wedding scene to surprise them with cast members Steve Carell, Mindy Kaling, DJ Novak, Ed Helms, Rainn Wilson, and more, all busting a move again to Chris Brown's song Forever.
Prior to that, Krasinski invited the couple's families to join them via Zoom and even surprised them with their best man and maid of honor. But important to note, Krasinski nominated himself as the honorary best man and introduced Jenna Fisher, who played Pam on The Office, as the honorary maid of honor.
Country star Zac Brown also made a surprise appearance, joining in to perform a special song before the Office cast came on the call to party. This is the second virtual reunion for Steve Carell and Jon Krasinski. In the premiere episode of Some Good News back in late March, the former co-stars celebrated the Office's 15th anniversary together with a sweet walk down memory lane.
All right, stay with us. Dwayne Johnson joins Food and Wine for a taste test of his Terramana tequila, along with 3 of his favorite meals. Plus, Jesse Palmer revealing what surprised him most about Martha Stewart while working with her on his new show, Bakeaway Camp.
All right, it's time for another Meditation Monday here on People Now with help from the Stop, Breathe, and Think app.
Yeah, and today's theme is one that we want to carry with us throughout this whole week: peaceful calmness.
Yeah, so we ask you to stop what you're doing for 2 minutes and sample the relax, ground, and clear practice with us.
Take a few deep breaths. Notice what it feels like as it enters through your nose, goes down your throat, filling your lungs, and back out through your nose. Notice your stomach and chest rise and fall with each inhale and exhale, and allow your breathing to be natural and relaxed. Imagine a sense of peaceful calmness slowly wash through your body. Feel the peaceful calmness in your head. Feel that sense of peaceful calmness move down through your throat, to your shoulders, down through your upper body, your arms and hands, filled with peace and a deep calm. Down through your stomach and lower body, through your legs, ankles, and feet, filled with peaceful calmness. Let go of all the tension in your body. Your entire being is filled with peacefulness and calm. Every cell, every space. Now feel that sense of peaceful calmness expand to fill the room, and even further to fill the whole city, even the whole world, filled with peaceful calmness.
I love that we're doing these every single time. There's like kind of a different feeling of calmness that happens, or at least like a way of being centered. Really good way to kind of start the week. Hopefully we can hang on to it.
Yeah, you can try that, full meditation, and other mindfulness activities on the Stop, Breathe, and Think app. Make sure to check it out.
All right, Dwayne Johnson knows a thing or two about tequila. He says the alcoholic beverage has been in his family for a long time, and that inspired him to start his own small batch tequila brand. It's called Terramana. And according to Johnson, it tastes great with everything.
Johnson showed exactly that on Food and Wine series Bottle Service, where he sat down with executive wine editor Ray Isle and drank tequila with some of his favorite foods. During their chat, Johnson shared a story about his very first taste tester, Oprah Winfrey. No pressure, right? Watch.
The very first time I publicly gave the first bottle away was to Oprah.
Okay.
We were on stage, and Oprah she's a wine and a tequila connoisseur.
Really?
Loves them
Okay,
both.
great.
Yes. And it was quite brave because I did it on stage in front of 12,000 people, and it was for her birthday, and I brought out the first bottle of Terramana, let her try it. And now I'm nervous because you never know.
And she knows tequila.
And she knows tequila very well, so
Yeah.
her palate is trained to know
Right.
tequila. She tried it, and it just, you see like the wheel spinning, 1 1,000, 2 1,000.
Right.
Like, okay, good.
Yeah, if Oprah approves, it must be good. To hear more about Johnson's journey to building his own spirits business and what else he eats with his tequila, be sure to check out the full episode of Bottle Service on foodandwine.com, or you can check out their YouTube channel.
George MacKay, star of Oscar-nominated 1917, is the latest celeb to swing by couch surfing. He stopped by to talk about his new film, the Western drama True History of the Kelly Gang. George revealed to host Lola Ogunnaike the intense to-do list that director Justin Kurza wanted him to accomplish for his role as notorious Australian outlaw and gang leader Ned Kelly. Take a look.
The train will fall there after we've torn up the tracks. There shouldn't be more than 20
This one
survive the crash.
they wanted us lean mean. I remember Justin when he sent this email that said to do when I first got the film.
And what was on the list?
I had to work on a cattle station. I had to work with horses. I had to write every day. And then there was a picture of a rock climber, and you could see every muscle in his back. And he was like, "That's what I want." And so that's kind of because it's as much as it's not just to sort of look fit. It's changing yourself like that demands a commitment, which commits you to the role. And but then the aesthetics of Ned is that the truth of, as we're sort of playing with truth in the film as to who and what this man really was, we're playing upon accepted facts or kind of assumptions about the man, and one of which is that he was a sort of symbol of masculinity in Australia in quite a traditional sense. And
I want to talk to you about him because he is a polarizing figure. Where do you land on old Ned Kelly?
To be honest, I mean, it's sort of a bit of a politician's answer. History is told by the winners, in inverted commas, and they dictate a narrative which becomes accepted. And who's to say that narrative was true in the first place? And also these narratives which become factual, which get put down and held up to be something other than human, something sort of separate. They're the opinions and experiences of people who have lived who are as complex as you and I, who have all the sort of insecurities or passions or wants that you and I might have, which will affect how we see a situation. And so therefore, how true can a history be to an extent?
Right.
And that's sort of what this is exploring, without giving a fixed answer, because I don't know if there is a fixed answer.
You can watch George MacKay dive into his other roles in couch surfing on PeopleTV.
Welcome to Bakeaway Camp. 6 of America's most ambitious home bakers have signed up for a 4-week course in intensive baking.
I just want to learn and get better at my baking skills.
All in the backyard of the ultimate baking mentor,
Martha Stewart.
I was so excited. I was like, she's my idol.
Yes! Each week, one baker will win a one-on-one crash course with Martha.
To think that I could possibly go to Martha Stewart's house and learn firsthand, dreams come true.
Are you ready for a lesson?
It was a cool opportunity to work with Martha and do this for the Food Network. So I host Holiday Baking Championship on Food Network, and I've hosted Spring Baking Championship in the past with them as well. So for people that are familiar with those shows, this essentially is kind of like that. It's a baking competition. There's 6 bakers. They're amateurs. They're all incredible, and they're competing against each other. But what makes, I think, this show a little bit more unique is that there's a twist, and it's that they're essentially having to also contend with the great outdoors and the elements. So whether it's weather or whether it's bees and wasps kind of hovering around, you know, they're having to kind of get through these different challenges. And of course, the biggest of all, they're all doing it under the very watchful eye of the great Martha Stewart, one of the all-time great bakers. So as if there wasn't enough pressure already, right? Now there's even more. So, you know, it's a really, really interesting format, and certainly it's kind of a unique twist on this baking reality type series shows.
Jesse Palmer is on a sugar high from Bake Away Camp, the delicious new series that premieres tonight on Food Network. The contestants receive mentorship from the queen herself, Martha Stewart. I'll never forget being at a Christmas party and seeing her walk through the crowd. It felt like she was in slow motion and the whole world stopped and looked at her. Unbelievable. I had to get Jesse's experience on working with Martha. The one thing that surprised him about her may surprise you as well. Take a look.
So I've been around Martha, obviously, through the show. I visited her on her show that she does with Snoop out in Los Angeles.
Which is the most amazing show
Which is
ever.
like, yeah, which is incredible. See, Martha's got a ton of bandwidth, I guess, and she's got a lot of street cred, and there's a lot of things about her that I guess people don't necessarily know. What's the craziest thing that I've learned?
Did she cook anything that you were able to eat while doing the show?
No.
No, okay, it didn't happen.
She was busy. She was just busy judging and critiquing and scaring.
Right. Okay.
She was threatening. She was not threatening. She was intimidating.
Right.
She was intimidating our. She was intimidating
by the nature of who she is.
All of our bakers, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like I interviewed her a while back for Daily Mail TV, actually, and I was actually surprised. I was shocked to find out that she was single. I just somehow in my mind assumed like the great Martha Stewart would certainly, you know, be married or at least engaged or have a boyfriend or multiple boyfriends.
Social entrepreneur, environmentalist, and founder of BigBattery.com, Eric Lundgren is the country's most prolific e-waste recycler, but has recently pivoted to importing over 14 million masks, COVID-19 test kits, hazmat suits, and medical supplies into the country for citizens and first responders, along with building and donating mobile emergency power trailers at no cost to hospitals. So really great stuff here. We spoke to Lundgren, who explained that initially his company was supposed to close its doors, but by changing his main business and global supply chain to help get America back on its feet, he was able to keep everyone employed, all while not making a profit from these sales. Take a listen.
When we wake up in the morning here at Big Battery, the objective is to have the greatest positive impact. So, you know, making money is kind of a side point for us. Our goal is to try to figure out how to help. So with our battery packs, we're keeping everything out of landfills by reintegrating them into new products. And when the world needed masks and goggles and gloves and hazmat suits, we just wanted to help. If anybody needs medical supplies, you can get them from us for what the prices were before COVID. We're not trying to make any money on it. We're actually selling them at cost. Everything's at cost for medical supplies. We also started providing our giant power solar units, our portable battery packs, to hospitals, and we're powering 10 hospitals for emergency COVID operations here in Southern California. So if anybody needs power for COVID, we're happy to donate that for free as well. I'm hoping to influence other entrepreneurs to get involved and become part of the solution. I don't think sitting around and waiting for the government to take care of this is a good idea. I think we all need to do our part, and I think that we can. I mean, I'm just, our company is able to pivot and provide the supplies, but you know, we want to be able to support the first responders that are currently not able to get the medical, you know, the medical material that they need to do their job. So I guess I believe that this is a global problem. I believe that this pandemic can unite the world if we let it. And I believe we all need to do our part. Civilians, entrepreneurs, business, governments, first responders. I'd like to see us all working together rather than pointing fingers saying, well, it's their problem, you know, let the hospitals deal with it, let the government deal with it. No, I think that I need to help. We need to do our part. So we dropped everything that we're doing and we're getting involved to make sure that we can get America back up and on its feet.
And as someone working directly with those on the front lines, we wanted to know how Lundgren is currently feeling about the status of this pandemic. Watch.
I believe that masks really do help. When you look at the math and you trust the science, look at all of the Eastern countries that everybody's wearing a mask and they curbed the epidemic within 2 months. I see here in the United States and all the Western nations kind of feeling uncomfortable wearing masks. When you look at what happened in New York, it's just evidence that masks do help and testing kits are needed. And we need to stop worrying about a simple model number. For example, the N95 mask is $10 a piece and nobody can find it, but a KN95 mask, which does the exact same thing, is $2 and they're readily available. And they both filter 95% ppm, so they're identical. But one is cheaper and readily available. However, the government says you can't use them, and the FDA says you can't use them. And to me, that's just silly. You know, you have to work with what you got. And you know, we've brought in now tens of millions of these masks, and they've gone out to hospitals and governments, and they've gone out to school districts and nursing homes. I'd love to see our country stop blaming China and China stop blaming America, and everybody just try to work together for the good of mankind. See, if we do good business with another country, it's good for us and it's good for them, and it succeeds everything else. But when we start pointing fingers and this knee-jerk reaction of trying to place blame, it's just counterproductive, and it doesn't advance us forward and get America back up on its feet. We should be able to get every U.S. citizen masks. There is no shortage in China. There is no shortage worldwide. It's easy to get them, and there's hundreds of millions being produced every day that could be coming into the United States. You know, we've just set up these barriers with the trade wars, and we've set up these barriers with regulations in the FDA that prohibit a company such as myself from getting everybody that needs masks, the masks that they need quickly. And we're trying to figure out ways through that system to be able to be effective in the goal, which is to get all of the medical supplies that America needs to the people.
A couple of years ago, Lundgren was sentenced to jail as part of his efforts to recycle computers. As he continues to promote sustainable solutions, he's used his past experience to help his business grow into the country's largest hybrid electronic recycling company to combat waste.
I have 4 companies. We employ over 113 people here in the United States. And every one of my companies, we have a very set standard. And the standard is we want to do business that helps the world. When we die, we all know that there's no U-Haul behind the hearse, that there's no purpose in this life if you don't have something that you're doing that's going to positively impact the world. When a pandemic like this occurs, we just want to figure out how we can be as effective as possible to positively influence the world during this crisis.
All right, guys, coming up tomorrow, sitting down with actor Carrie Elwes, who tells us about the upcoming special honoring Hollywood legend Gary Marshall.
Plus, she stars in the Netflix show that's got everyone talking, Hollywood. Laura Harrier joins us, and she is so great. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.